Hello and welcome. You are looking at the website ActiveCampaign.com. And ActiveCampaign.com is the site for an email autoresponder and marketing automation system. And in this course, we'll be looking at the major features of ActiveCampaign and how they work, including email marketing, marketing automation, sales and CRM, as well as messaging. The company's system is designed to help you to customize your emails so that they can attain high deliverability. It's also designed for you to send timely automated emails based on customer activity on your site and elsewhere. The system goes one step further by giving you access to a customer relationship management system, which allows you to store customer information for you to use in your marketing. And depending on which level you choose to purchase, there's also the availability for you to interact with your customer. And in this course, we'll look at the various aspects of ActiveCampaign and how you can use it to individualize your marketing. The system integrates with a number of cloud-based applications you may already be using so that you can extend your effectiveness with your promotions. Currently, according to the website, over 65,000 businesses use ActiveCampaign. So in the first video, we'll look at the pricing and how it compares to other systems that are similar. Welcome back. Now from the home page of ActiveCampaign, you will be able to see the pricing. And if you go to the pricing menu and you click on it, what you're going to see is a matrix available to you. And you'll need to make sure that you classify whether you'd want to pay either monthly or yearly. Obviously, the yearly payment when broken down by month will be less than if you pay monthly. So in this case, we're going to switch the payment to monthly. You're going to see that monthly amount rise depending on when you're seeing this video. What you can also do is you can also drag your contacts to the number you'd be working with so that you get an accurate picture of what your monthly cost would be. So for example, if you don't have 500 but instead you have 5,000, you'll see then that your price for the most popular plan is going to be $169 per month. If you move this forward to 10,000, you'll see that your cost rises. You move it again, you'll see your cost rise again. If you're choosing between the systems, you'll notice that the second level has the CRM system, as well as contact lead scoring. If you move to the third level, you'll notice then that site messaging is then going to be available at that level. On another note, with the second level, you'll notice that SMS marketing is going to be available at that level. And what you can do is you can try ActiveCampaign for a 14-day period from this page by clicking this green button. And we are going to start the process by clicking this green button and then opening our account. We'll click the Create Account button. You are going to be asked for a phone number during the course of the trial. In this case, you can either use your business number, your mobile number, or your Google Voice number. Once you've specified some information, you'll then be able to go to your next step. Now, ActiveCampaign does have a wizard available when you first enter. However, you can skip this step and go straight to the dashboard. Now, before you do that, you'll need to agree to their terms of use as well as their spam policy. You should read this entire section both completely before you decide to use ActiveCampaign permanently. Once you do that, you'll then be active on the ActiveCampaign dashboard and ready then to begin creating emails. Welcome back. Now ActiveCampaign does have an affiliate program. So what we're going to do in order to access that program when you're on your dashboard is to come to this help screen. You're then going to type in the word affiliate. You'll then click enter. And what you'll see here is you'll have a couple of links. You're going to have the affiliate program. What you'll want to do is to scroll down. You'll then click on this link for the ActiveCampaign affiliate program page. And basically, the program is one that allows you to earn up to 30% recurring commission on any referrals that you send to ActiveCampaign. Now, the system is tiered. So you'll start by earning 20% commission. Once you start bringing in more, you can then earn 25%. And then once you're earning up to $500, you'll earn a top tier of 30% commission. And the program pays out on a monthly basis. Now, one of the reasons that you'll want to do this is that you can offset some of the costs that you'll have to get some of the additional features that you may want in ActiveCampaign. Now, the company also has a reseller program, which allows you to sell the service of ActiveCampaign. It's slightly different from the affiliate program. And once you're comfortable using ActiveCampaign, you can also become an ActiveCampaign certified consultant. And obviously, what this does is this allows you to help businesses integrate ActiveCampaign into their business, and as a result of ActiveCampaign, generate more profit. And each aspect of your selling ActiveCampaign is part of their overall partner program. So you can choose the one that fits your business best. You can apply to that program through the dashboard. Welcome back. Now, depending on how you intend to use ActiveCampaign to market, you may want to be aware of the company's position on affiliate marketing. And to do that, you're going to go to this help area, and you're then going to type in the word affiliate. Once you do that and hit enter, you're going to see a third link. You're going to click that link that says affiliate marketing policy. And so that we can see the policy properly, we're going to go to the page. Now, depending on when you're seeing this video, you'll note that this policy was in place as of January 16th, 2019. And this is a policy that you may want to check up on from time to time if you intend to use ActiveCampaign on a regular basis. You'll note that the company does not allow you to use your list in order to send various affiliate offers to it. It also doesn't allow specific emails with the sole purpose in mind of pushing an affiliate link or offer. Anything that is promoting a product or service and you have no prior relationship, or the business you're promoting has no prior relationship, this is something that ActiveCampaign does not allow, as well as any emails relating to getting rich quick or making money from home. Now, they do state where an affiliate link is going to be okay if you're adding an affiliate link, with the content being the primary focus of the email, and then emails regarding your affiliates for your products and services. You'll note that if ActiveCampaign determines that you are not a fit for their business, they will not suspend your account and keep your contacts. You will have access to your contacts if you need to move your relationship from ActiveCampaign to another autoresponder. You'll note on this page, you'll also see their entire terms of service, and this is something that you'll definitely want to read along with their affiliate marketing policy. Welcome back. Now, in order to get started with ActiveCampaign, there are a few settings that you'll want to be aware of. In order to find those settings, you're going to go to your left side menu, and you're going to click on the gear that says Settings. That's going to bring you to this menu. In the account setting, one thing you'll want to be aware of is that you can have and use a GDPR regulation statement. All you'll need to do is to click this link. That's going to bring you to this page. You'll then review and sign and enter your email. You'll then need to review that email. You'll then need to click on the review document, and then you'll need to walk through the signature process. Now, since you need to have an address at the bottom of all of your emails, you can add in addresses to use depending on the brands and companies that you are going to be using in your emails. You can also have different users having access to your ActiveCampaign account. All you'll need to do is to click this Add User button, and then this will allow you to place users inside of your account. Now, there are advanced settings you can use to assist you in email deliverability. We'll be covering that in another video. In terms of different correspondence people will see in your emails, and when they click on the links in your emails, you can change some of those parameters. In particular, you can change the site name as well as changing the logo by placing a URL here in this area. You can also place a favicon here, which is a small image that people will see when they come to some of your pages. If you're going to be tracking the activity of your customers, you can do that by turning these buttons on. And when you do that, you'll need to place this tracking code on your website so that every time your customer clicks a link and goes to your page, you'll be able to track their activity on your site. If you're going to be using event tracking, that will require you to work with the company's API to do that. Now, those are the settings that you'll need in order to get started using ActiveCampaign. Although there are other settings that will require more extensive knowledge of the platform, you can get started with what you've seen in this video. Welcome back. Now, if you're using ActiveCampaign and you're using the trial in order to test You do want to be aware of the limitations of the trial when you're using it. In order to see that, you're going to go to your profile. When you do that, you're going to click on Billing and Upgrade. Now, when you're using the free trial, you're going to have a contact limit of 100. You're also going to have a sending limit for 100. And those limits don't change even if you raise the number of contacts that you're going to enter into ActiveCampaign in order to try it to get started. Now, although we've been overpricing, the company suggests that you look at their light plan if you need to do more than what the trial will allow you. The light plan, as of the recording of this video, on a monthly basis is $89. It does not include the CRM. It does not include any of the custom domains or branding or even SMS marketing. It does, though, however, include email marketing, sending newsletters, and marketing automation. So you can either work with or around the trial depending on what your needs are when you're getting started. Welcome back. Now, ActiveCampaign does have a number of connections to third-party cloud-based applications, and you can do that through the cloud-based connector Zapier. And if you go to Zapier and you search their app directory, you can first start by typing in ActiveCampaign. What you'll want to do is you want to type in those cloud-based applications that you are currently using. For example, if we just type in the chatbot application ManyChat, you'll see that there are 131 possible integrations with ActiveCampaign. You'll also see connections between Stripe and ActiveCampaign, as well as webinar systems like GoToWebinar. Now, when you're looking at these connections, you'll notice that some of the connections are going to have the premium button there. That means then that you will need to have a paid account in order to set up a connection between ActiveCampaign and the other cloud-based application. What you'll do is you'll choose a connection. In this case, we're going to choose the connection where we're going to add an ActiveCampaign contact when there are new Stripe charges. We're going to click this button that says Try It. Now, if you already have a Stripe account connected to your Zapier account, you can then start with this specific trigger. You'll then test with your Stripe account. If you don't have a Stripe account connected to your Zapier account, you're going to need to click this button that says Connect an Account. What we can do now is we can click Save and Continue. We'll then test the charge in Stripe. And then we're going to set up our action. And the action is going to be that when there's a purchase in Stripe, that's going to add a new person inside of our ActiveCampaign account. So we're now going to click Continue. Now, we may not have an ActiveCampaign account connected to our Zapier account, so we'll then click Connect an Account. Now, in order to connect, we are going to need to go inside of our ActiveCampaign account and get the API URL. We're also going to need the unique API key for our ActiveCampaign account. Now, we'll find that information inside of our settings and then inside of our developer tab. We'll then need to copy in the URL as well as the key. Once we've connected, we can then click the test button. Once the test is successful, we can then click Save and Continue. We'll then need to fill in some preliminary information. Once we have the information, we'll then click Continue. We'll then send the test. And once we do that, we can then turn on our Zap. And basically, now whenever we have a Stripe purchase, that person will be then added to our ActiveCampaign account. Now, every connection works differently inside of Zapier depending on which application you're going to be connecting to ActiveCampaign. So you'll need to walk through the steps in a similar manner, even if you don't have the exact same steps that were just displayed in this video. Welcome back. Now, if you go inside of the settings area, what you're going to see on the left side menu is you're going to see a link for integrations. To open up that integrations link, you're going to see a button that says Add Integration. And what you're going to notice is that there are several connections that you can make using ActiveCampaign and these specific connections depending on whether or not you use them. For example, if we click the Facebook campaign link, you're going to note that ActiveCampaign will then request access to your Facebook account. It will then state that it wants to manage your advertising. You'll then note that your ActiveCampaign account is then connected to your Facebook account. So in each case, rather than using a third-party application, these are direct between ActiveCampaign and these cloud-based applications so that you'll see sync inside of both accounts with the information. Welcome back. Now, in order to start using ActiveCampaign, you're going to need to have contacts to send emails to. And so if you already have emails already in a CSV file that can be uploaded, or you have those contacts by name and email address, you can add them to ActiveCampaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this contact list. And in order to add contacts one by one, what you'll do is you'll click this Add a New Contact button. This will give you the opportunity to add in email, first name, last name, phone number, and then whatever organization you're going to specify these individuals are from. Now, we've written a phone number in. However, you can choose not to add the phone number if that's your preference. And so now we're going to click Add Contact. Now, you can work with this contact to add them to a specific list. You can add in any tags that you want them to have, or you can use some of your advanced list options. Once we've done that, we can then click Apply. And again, what we can also do is we can also import individuals into our contact list by using a CSV file. And we can do that by clicking this Import button. And then what we're going to do is we're going to import from a specific file. Now, we can also connect with other services to have contacts added automatically. For example, let's assume then that we want to add individuals that come into our GoToWebinar account. You'll see then we can then click this button that says Add a New Connection. And what you'll notice then is that this connection occurs through Zapier. So again, you will need to have knowledge of, in some cases, if you want to add contacts from some of your existing cloud-based services, of Zapier, so that you can add those individuals to your ActiveCampaign account. Welcome back. Now, there are tools within the contacts menu that you'll want to be aware of. Now, in terms of some of these links, you're going to notice that they are overlap with other menus, and we'll see them in other videos when we cover some of the other tools in ActiveCampaign. In particular, one of the things you want to be aware of is the exclusion management link. When we click that link, we can create a specific exclusion within a specific list. And when we create this exclusion, what we're doing is we are giving ourselves the opportunity to send to an entire list and yet exclude certain individuals that we do not want to have access to a specific email. We can also clean up our list. For example, we can pick a specific list. We can state that we want all of those that are going to be unsubscribed before a specific date to be removed from this list. Now, it's just possible that we may not have any individuals, but again, if we have a reason for wanting to remove certain individuals from our list, we can do that. What this also does is this keeps inactive contacts out of your list so that they will not count against the number that determines what you're going to be paying. You can also organize your contacts by organization. So for example, we can add in a specific organization, and then what we can do is we can add in certain individuals to that organization. So if we go back inside of our contacts, we can add in individuals to this organization. We can also manage any tags that we have, and we can bulk add individuals to those tags. So for example, we can bulk edit all 4 contacts. We can then add in a specific tag. You'll see our tag become available. And then we'll add the tag to those 4 individuals and apply the changes. So our contact management tools give us control over how we designate the way we want our contacts to be classified. Welcome back. Now, before you can begin sending emails and creating campaigns, you will need to have a specific list. You do that by coming to this list link. That's going to bring you to this area. If you have any existing lists that you've already created, you'll see them here. And what you're going to do is you're going to click this button that says Add New List. You're going to name your list, and you're going to give your list a specific website URL. You're going to give your contacts a reminder of why they're on your list and why you're emailing them. Once you do that, you'll then click Create List. If you want to add contacts, you'll then be able to import those contacts using a CSV file, or you'll be able to go to that list and then add them one by one. What you can also do is you can set up subscribe by email. So we're going to click this link, which is in the drop-down arrow for the list we just created. When we get to this page, we're going to click the Add button. And what you're going to see then is you're going to see an email address that you can give individuals in order to subscribe. And of course, there's also an email address that individuals can use in order to unsubscribe. So what we're going to do here is we're going to select all of the list, and we're then going to click the Add button. Then individuals can be subscribed to your list simply by sending an email using this email address, which you will have to give to your customers and prospects. Welcome back. Now the lists do have list management tools, and you can access those list management tools inside of the list section and inside of the manage list area. What you can do is you can click this drop down button and you can click the advanced settings. Now if you have multiple users, what you can do is you can change the list owner using this drop down menu. You can also resend the last campaign that was sent to all of your new contacts by turning on this setting. You can have your campaigns auto-posted to Facebook by turning on this setting. And you can send copies of the campaign to specific individuals by writing their email address in this dialog box, and then receive notifications of subscriptions and unsubscriptions by putting email addresses in this dialog box. There are also settings for the public pages. You can dictate the nature of unsubscribing by clicking this edit button, and this will allow you to make changes with each customer interaction that you're going to have. Once you've made all the changes, you can then click Save. Welcome back. Now once you have set up your list, you can then create a campaign. And you can do that by going to this blue button or by going to the campaigns link on the left-hand side menu. We're going to click Create a New Campaign. We're going to determine what kind of campaign we want to send. And we're going to determine if it's going to be a standard campaign, which is basically a broadcast newsletter, whether it would be an automated message, part of our automations, whether it will be an autoresponder, whether it will be a split-tested email, or a date-based email, which functions in some ways just like an autoresponder. So first, we're going to determine that this will be a newsletter, and then we're going to write in a campaign name. Once we do that, we'll then click Next. We'll then determine which list will receive the email, and then we'll click Next. Then we'll need to design the email. We can use an existing template, or we can build the entire email from scratch. We're going to choose Build from Scratch. What we're going to do is then choose the kind of template that we want to use in order to create our campaign. We can create a newsletter, which is going to be basically a text email with other additions, such as images inside of our email's body, or we can just choose a text-only email. In this case, we're going to choose a text-only email and then click OK. We're then going to give our email a subject, and then we're going to click Continue. We'll then write in our email. What we're going to do is we're going to cut and paste the text of an article into this email. We're then going to edit our email. If we want to insert personalized content, we can do that. In this case, we're going to write in the individual's first name. Once we have our content the way we want it, we can then either click Next or Save and Exit. Now in this case, our email is set as a broadcast email, so it's going to go out as soon as we send it. However, if we want to schedule it, we can click this button for a specific time. In order to test the email, we can then send this test to our email so that we can determine if it's going to look the way we want it. And then ActiveCampaign will give you deliverability check that you'll want to correct before you send out your email. Once you've made your corrections, you'll then get a pass on the spam check, and you'll then be ready to begin sending your broadcast email. You'll then click the Send Now button, and then you'll click the Send Campaign Now button. And then your email will be sent. Welcome back. Now in the Campaigns tab, there are campaign management tools that you can use. In this case, we're going to look at the templates, and basically when you're creating your own template, you're going to be able to save it into an area along with the pre-made templates that are available to you to write emails. You can also use message variables. And basically, message variables allow you to create content that you use over and over in your emails. So for example, if we click the Add button, we're going to give our message variable a name. We're then going to give ourselves an easy to remember personalization tag. We're then going to choose the list that this signature is going to be available for. In this case, we're going to choose the list that we have available. And then we're going to write into our code editor the text that we're going to use over and over again. Once we have our code in, we're then going to click Add. And then when we're writing in our email, what we're going to do is we're going to write in our personalization tag. And what you'll note then is when the email arrives in the individual's box, what you'll see then is the text that we set up with our message variable. And finally, we can customize and set up our message archive. And this will give us the capacity of being able to give individuals an archive where they can see all of our broadcast emails in a way that we can customize the look. And what you'll notice then is that this is how the archive is going to look by default. However, we can add and take things out, and then we can save the final version. And then that individual will be able to see an archive of all of our broadcast emails. Welcome back. Now in ActiveCampaign, you can also create autoresponder emails so that your customer, when they sign up to your list, they will get access to a series of emails that you're going to be setting up in advance. What you're going to do is you're going to click Create a New Campaign. You're then going to choose an autoresponder campaign when you create, and then you're going to create a campaign name. Once you do that, you're then going to click Next. You're then going to choose the specific list for the campaign. You'll then click Next. You'll then choose your template, and then you'll click OK. You'll then write in the subject for your first email. Then you'll click Continue. Once you've written in your email, you'll then click Next. Since this is an autoresponder, near the end of the settings, what you're going to do is you're going to determine when this message is going to be sent. You're also going to determine whether or not it's going to be sent to your existing contacts. You may want to click Yes. You can choose then when you're going to send it, because you can determine that you want it to be sent after a specific time. And typically when you have an initial email, that email is going to be sent immediately upon them becoming part of your list. You'll then click Finish. You can then schedule another email. So for example, we can click Create a New Campaign, then going to select Autoresponder. We're going to give this campaign a name. We'll then click Next. We'll determine where this email is going to go. It's going to go into the list where we've created the first message. We'll then click Next. We'll then choose our template for the second message. We'll then choose our format and then click OK. We'll then write in our subject. We'll then click Continue. Once we've written our email, we'll then click Next. We're then going to write in, and we're going to send this to contacts after a specific time frame. We're then going to set up the time frame to be 1 day after. If we want to specify the number of hours, we can do that. We're then going to click Finish. And we'll be able to track the number of people receiving these emails in our campaign section. Welcome back. Now, in order to capture names and email addresses, you are going to need to create a form so that you can place your opt-in code on your website. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this link that says Form. And once you get to this dialog box, you're going to click this button that says Create a New Form. Or if you don't get the dialog box, you can click Add a New Form. Now, this name that you give the form is going to be internal to you. You can determine what kind of form it's going to be. If it's going to be in line with your website, if it's going to be one that floats at the top, a floating box, or one that is going to be modal with your website. We are going to choose to have an inline form. Now the action is going to be to subscribe the individual to the list. We're going to select the list, and then we're going to click Create. And we can then make changes to the form. For example, if we don't want the name, we can take it out. If we want to add in just the first name, we can do that. We can change the layout style or any of the colors as well as the button. We can choose what happens when the individual submits the form. We can then send individuals to a specific URL, or we can show a standard ActiveCampaign thank you page. Once we have it the way we want it, we're then going to click Integrate. And it's at this point that we can take the code and place it in our web page. We can place it to our WordPress site. We can send a direct link so that individuals can just receive it, or we can post it to our Facebook page. Welcome back. Now you can dictate the nature of the reporting or the confirmation process for the individual becoming part of your list. And so you can click inside of this area. What you can do is you can go to the Options area. What you're then going to do is you're going to click this gear. You're going to notice that you can either determine that the individual will need an opt-in confirmation or they won't need an opt-in confirmation. If you leave the opt-in confirmation on, you can preview and edit the opt-in email. Now, when the individual confirms, you have some options. You can show a specific message, or you can redirect that individual to a specific URL of your choosing. Once you determine how you want the reporting or confirmation process to happen, you can then click Save. Welcome back. Now the CRM portion of ActiveCampaign is called Deals, and it allows you to map the progress of a client that you may be working with when a sale doesn't happen as soon as they meet you. And in order to do that, you're going to go to the Deals area, and then you're going to come into this panel. Now when you first get started, you can click Add a Pipeline, but if you don't have that panel, what you can do is you can click Add a Pipeline. We're going to give this pipeline a name, and if you have groups, you can determine which groups are going to be added to your pipeline. Now these are going to be the users of your system, not your customer. You can also determine if you're going to have deals from an automation assigned to this one. In this case, we're going to choose manually and then click Save. Now the default pipeline for this client system that you have is now in 3 stages. Someone that you're going to contact, someone that you're in contact with, and then someone that you need to follow up with. You can add another stage if you want to. We can give that stage a name, and then we can give it a background header color, and then click Add Stage. We can add another stage, and then our pipeline is complete. Now what we'll do then is we will then add someone to a specific deal. We're going to give the deal a title and a value. And then we're going to put the individual's name and email address here in this area, as well as any other information that would be pertinent to the deal. Once we have that, we can then click Add the Deal. What this will then do is this will allow us to keep track of individuals as they proceed through our system. And so basically within the deal screen, you'll be able to find and follow up with a team of individuals working on one particular aspect of your business, which is the titled deal, as well as the different stages where they are. Welcome back. Now we can manage the activity needed to work with the client inside of the deal section. In this case, what we're going to do is click on top of the customer. That's going to open up this dialog. And what we can do is we can add in a deal task. Now this is going to be a task specific to the actual deal. We can determine how this is going to happen. We can determine when it needs to happen. And once we do that, we can then click Add. We'll then have added in a deal task. And if we look at our deal, we'll see the task has been added. Now you'll notice here that you have in the contacts area indication that what you can do is you can assign this task to different individuals inside of your organization. So this is a reason why you'd want to have other individuals to be part of your account so that you'll be able to work with them to complete the activity on a particular client. And you can do that in the contact section in the Manage Tasks link, or by adding in a new organization and managing it that way. In conclusion, we have now walked through the basic functions of ActiveCampaign. You can now add contacts, start campaigns, you can do deals, you can create a list, and create forms in order to start collecting names and email addresses and then contacting them on a regular basis. We've also looked at integrations, some of which occur through ActiveCampaign and others which occur as a result of its connection to Zapier, the third-party cloud-based connector. And we've walked through all the settings that will be necessary for you to get started using ActiveCampaign. And what you'll want to explore going forward are automations which allow you to send targeted messages based on your subscribers' activity on your site. And once automations are fully understood, they can be integrated into the deal process. So with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another video or in another course.